Hey everyone, it's George here. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm just sat out here in nature. Got the beautiful contrast of the blue sky and the green fields in front of me, which is always lovely to see, especially at sunset. There's not a cloud in the sky either, and it's rather quiet now. You can just hear the sound of a light aircraft in the distance and a few bugs around me amongst the vast variety of many different flowers. There's so many flowers out here, it's lovely. Isn't it funny how much we worry about everything? And the majority of the things we worry about don't even come true. They don't even happen. One of my favorite poems by Nadine Stair, she says, "If I lived my life again, I would make sure I had more actual problems and less imaginary ones." Because it's very annoying suffering inside of our head so much. But actually, when we're faced with a real issue or a real problem, we always figure it out. We come up with solutions. Humans are really good at doing that. But we don't quite realize just how much we are suffering inside of our head until we get sick. I don't know if you've ever had the flu before, where you're literally bedbound. It's not a nice feeling. I've had it before. Or a bug, or a fever, some kind of illness that forces you to stay in bed. When you get like that, all your problems magically disappear, and there's only one issue in your life, and that is the illness. And there's only one thing that you focus on, and that's recovering, getting better, feeling well again. And it's not until we get sick that we realize all those things I was worried about just don't matter. I just want to get well again, because when I'm well, everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be all right. I'm going to feel fantastic. Life's going to be amazing. I don't know if you've ever broken a bone, but if you break your leg, you realize just how grateful you were for being able to walk normally. If you break an arm, you realize just how useful that arm was to shake people's hands, to open doors, to feed yourself, to hug someone, to write something down. We're not grateful for things until we lose them. And we will always worry about things. Tons of things. Until something really scary and serious comes along that makes us realize, do you know what? Those things weren't even worth worrying about. Until you get sick, you're always going to worry. If you got the flu tomorrow and you were bedbound, all you'd focus on is getting better. You wouldn't worry about anything else. You would just focus on recovering. And then you realize just how much is going on inside of our own head that is completely fictitious. It doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. It's all in our head. It's all stuff that could potentially happen in the future. But you don't know if that's even going to happen. And you don't know if you're even going to be here in the future. Everybody's hourglass is a different size. And you never know when yours is going to run out. So don't be anxious for your future. Get excited at the possibility that you have one. Because it's not guaranteed. It's not something that you're allowed just because you're you. People are passing away all the time from all different things. People are passing away from illnesses all the time. And often when people do get a really bad illness that could potentially shorten their lifespan, they reflect on their life. And they look back and they'll think to themselves, I shouldn't have worried so much. I reflect on this often. I always think to myself, if I only had a week left on planet Earth, what would I do differently? And I certainly wouldn't worry about a lot of things that I worry about now. I would definitely be coming out here to nature with my loved ones. I'd be sitting, observing, enjoying, waving at the birds as I often do, watching the rabbits, and getting those sunsets in. Until you get sick, you're always going to worry. Sometimes getting sick puts everything into perspective for you. Now, don't go out there and start licking banisters and muddy shop floors to try and get sick so you can have this contrast. But just reflect on my words. Have a think about the last time that you were bedbound and how much you longed to recover, and how many of your problems seemingly disappeared all by themselves. A lot of our problems aren't problems. It's just the brain overstimulated. Take time out to be quiet. Take time out to enjoy your life. Breathe deep. Ground yourself. Listen to the sounds of nature. And just by doing that, you can go home with far less problems that you brought with you prior to going out into the beautiful world. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped. I hope this allowed you to reflect. And I'll see you next time. Please subscribe if you're new. Please like the video. I make one every week along with a Sunday story, and I do shorts Monday to Friday. God bless.